Hello, welcome to my channel, dear fellow citizens of the Soviet Republic. My name is Forzion and I am here today with another stream. Today we are going to continue our super hard challenge on internal version branch. And before we get into that, I need to change my camera view a bit to be more in focus, as I did not prepare myself for that. So just a little adjustment. So where are we? Here we are. So last episode was a shorter one, not an 8-hour long as the first one. And we finally achieved some reliable income is coming to us. So we don't suffer from losing money anymore, and we can make up slowly and get enough money, and we will need to... How much that will cost, I don't know. Let's see how much one Ignato ship costs. So Ignato costs, that's not so expensive because we will need to sell it as it is bugged, and because it once left that harbor dock in a wrong way. The dock is just not available for any ship, for that ship itself even. It was a bug which I reported last time I played this, and now we have the update with the helicopter able to travel further than ambulances are. Unfortunately that does not work. Oh, it works. Oh, excellent. That means that now that helicopter is able to reach further than the vehicle is able. So they adjusted that. Good to know. Because here you can see that wind turbine is highlighted by green. The road does not lead there, so vehicle cannot reach it, but the helicopter can reach that. So finally we have big enough range on that, and we have more use for our helicopters. Great job from the developer. It was not in the patch notes, I just suggested it may be a thing after we found in patch notes that they increased the range of medical helicopter. So now we are in December. How much resources do we have? We may go for this then. We have already that. So we can build that farm. And we may have some crops then. And that will require quite a lot of bricks. This does not require that much. 4 point something tons of mechanical components. We have that. We just don't have those bricks. We will need to import them. So if we can run, we want to run that food industry, we will need to get some bricks from abroad, and we need to raise the range of these. And probably we need to add more. At least 6 of them will be useful. And we need more foods. Of course. This does not have food. That has, and we need now we can bring some alcohol. So alcohol will be useful, and then we can bring in also some electronics, or electronics will be fine. And load, let's go. We will need more food. It's a bit late, not too many people are able to watch, but the stream will be available afterwards. We are building this, not enough stuff, that will be yeah, then we will have much more. How are we doing with this? We have enough food for now, but we are now able to restore soil. Great. That's a new addition to the game too. Cannot test it out right now because we are deep in the winter. Okay, we have that. Can be supplied. Let's put that there. Target. And in the end, you don't even need to supply these structures with fuel. It is maybe enough if you supply those critical, for example, construction offices, especially the helicopter construction office need to be supplied, but others does not need that. Do not need that. Yeah, here we are missing this connection, so that can be built too. Now we always have some workers in the power plant. It has 15. Wait a minute, then the coal power plant has 20 or 30? 20. Yeah, for a while we are playing at normal speed. And we will need mechanisms for the farm and fields. How can we place those fields? We need this area here to be free for wiring. That's too close. So let's place those wires and then we will know how much space do we need. So where is the field? Okay, we can go that way. So let's place these fields. We need a big one. Not only one, but more than one. And we can go as far as this probably. What will happen? Yeah, that will happen. Okay. Interesting how it plays that. Good to know. There is a rock and now it is probably working now as it was last time I tried this. That gives us some flexibility for future. Oh, it can be placed much closer. Good to know. So let's try again. That those yellow dots doesn't matter that much if the next. Oh, now it matters. Okay, I need that there. That there. That there. That there. That there. And that there. And then we need. That there. That there. And that there. We have two more to add later. Okay, let's do it again. We cannot get that close as I wish. Now we still have that row there. Okay, let's try again. We cannot put it that with those yellow dots. So we need to do it without that. And it is not okay. So it does not allow us to fully use the area. If these dots are yellow. It's fortunate or unfortunate? Now we are testing this feature, at least how it reacts. So if we place it as much as this, then we are able to use the full potential of that field. Then we can place the other one. You need to have all the dots green, and you need to remove these rows. And here we don't have the road. Why? Now we have the road. There we have the road. This is being built. But definitely we will need more fields. And we need to consider how much room we have here. And the farm is there. Definitely we can use more. I would say that we can change it in a different way. I don't like to have it that way. I think we can rotate this a bit. That's too close. But that is not too close. I want to use the space better and to lower the travel distances from the farm. That means this may be a better idea to place these fields this way. And that is as close as it can be. So now let's upgrade that road to gravel. And then we can place another two here. I just cannot get closer than that. Oh, you can get closer. Great. No. No, no, no. I don't like that. It shortened my fields. It's a byproduct. And that means you need to be careful. If you want to keep a full size field, you need to be aware of that you can place rows through fields now. Miro, welcome to the channel. Now you can place rows through fields. Just to test that out, let's place a field here. Like that. The only one who can give you access to internal test branch is the developer. And that is how it works. And he will probably not grant you the access if you are not active in discussions already. So the best way how you can become an internal tester is to have the game, play it, report bugs, be active in community forums on Steam, and that way you can build yourself some kind of credibility, and thus you may become a tester later. Because if they will see that you are able to report, you understand the game, it is much easier to welcome you to the team. But really it is not the access for internal test version is not for everybody. Because of that we have the public test version and the internal test version. To prevent people who may not help the access. Because so many people would like to be a tester. Yeah, this is the newest currently. You can see it with the helicopter that it has increased range. You cannot see that with that one, but with this one it has increased range. Now that is one of the parts, and then also this new stuff, you can restore the soil after removing grass. It's, as I mentioned several times, it's matter of weeks. I have no information now if it is ready or not. There were several reports of bugs and several bugs were fixed. What are you doing? But there can be much more. And I would say that many people want the next update after this even more. We are flying all together. In real life that would be a clear collision. Not in game that can happen, but they are flying in tandem. Like, look. That one has better maneuverability, probably a bit. Yeah, they just seem to be so slow because now I play on normal speed. And before I played accelerated. Yes, those helicopters are building these structures here which have no road connections. They are bringing workers into this facility. Then we will have this cableway station, and thanks to wind turbine we don't even need to bring power line here up. And we will have that nice view for our tourists and for our workers from here, from up the hill. They can see the sea, they can see the harbor area, and they will also have view into Midlands. Yes, you can, but it is much more expensive. Because I want to show you this. Look at that helicopter. It is at quarter maybe of its tank, and it is burning through fuel like there is no tomorrow. And you fuel them through these platforms which act as stations for helicopters, and also the distribution office or construction office has its own fuel tank. So that is the way how they take fuel. But really they are expensive to operate, they are quite slow, and I spent hundreds of tons of fuel to build this. I would be fine with that fuel for weeks with my vehicles, but because if you compare, for example, bus has 117 kilowatts, but that helicopter has 5000 kilowatts engine. No, even 8000 if I see correctly. So that means it consumes 80 times that much as the bus, and it carries the same amount of workers, even less, because these can carry up to 47 people, and the bus can carry 40, but the consumption is not comparable. So it is expensive to operate them, but I use this construction office to build these facilities because we will use that to provide our tourists some great views of our republic, and also our workers may go there and enjoy. And that rating here, oh. So how are we doing with money now? Last month we were 90, and this year we made 1,200,000 and 90,000. So we made almost 1.3 million, and now we are finally able to slowly repay our debts. And what else do we need? How is our Ignato is being loaded? And now it is loaded at... Yeah, so how much is that? 30% is about 200 something. And that is about, yeah. It will be an expensive trip. And we need to build that farm to get some crops. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, that is the how they change the overlay, and I think that is much better. It's clearer in my opinion now. So, but there are only underground pipes and then some then tunnels and sidewalks. Not sidewalks, pathways, tunnels for pedestrians, pedestrian tunnels. Yeah, those words. Now, what can I place? I can place here another field. Okay. I guess they can. I guess they can go underwater. Let's test this. Let's turn into underground and let's test this. You can build pipes through water. And that water is kinda deep. Interesting. It looks much clearer to me now. How it is. Yeah, maybe it is a bit weird, but it's much better. Yeah, that reflection. Just closed it to look. So if you need to... Yeah, I can, but I don't hurry that much. Because if you need to cross the river using pipes, that is not a problem anymore. So that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 big fields approximately. But I want to add more of them. Yeah, there are new vehicles, but I cannot show them to you because I have them locked according to year. So if you go back a bit, in my there is a stream about features of the upcoming version, and there some of them are showcased. Or if you want to see what there is, you can check the reports for community on game's official site. There are some pictures of new vehicles. Yeah, we will have that this year. And because of that we don't have that much money. Oh, we almost ran out of food unintentionally. Yeah, and next time if you will go, you need to bring some mechanical components again. And some electronic components that way. And no electronics. Because we will need more food, we are spending food too fast. Now we need to import more food. Yeah, and we need to find a way how to expand, but first I think it will be good if we start running that food industry. And we still have so many notifications here. Yeah, you have new notifications now in this version. They inform you about electricity problems, problems with residential buildings or for production, stuck vehicles in traffic jams. Oh, we have that heli. That is useful. Now I know what I want to use my dollars for. Because we can definitely use the cargo one. And we can delete all, so let's check that. So we can build this, and that can transport vehicles. And we can finally build these, buy these, and that can transport vehicles. Okay. So we will replace one then. Oh, of course we cannot afford that immediately because it costs money. And it costs how much? 62. We cannot afford that because now we need to buy some resources. So until then we are fine with these. And now do we... How it is that you are not connected? You should be connected. And it is not connected again. Really, seriously. Now I build that second time and I don't have that connected. Really? I already built that building 2 times. I don't want to mess that up again. So let's deal with that in another way. Now let's lower the terrain here just a bit. Maybe that can help us. Yeah, that means... But will it be connected now? Or we cannot connect that again? Yeah, but I built it already 2 times. And because of that I am hesitant now. Because I built that building 2 times already. And 2 times it was not connected. So I want to make sure now it will be connected. Because that's just a waste of resources. Then and now we are waiting the 3rd time to build that. And we have the farm, that is great, so we can have that, but we don't need that immediately. We need sewing. Okay, we can use 3 of those. And now we can connect these fields. And I would say that we will expand these later. Or Okay, that goes right beside without removing any piece of field. That's good. But I don't see enough now. Because it's time. Exactly what I did not want it to happen. Now you need to be so careful when placing rows. Because if you place the rows, you may get piece of field removed. Hello, Forze. But that field looks intact. But I would rather go a bit further. Like that may be good. And that may be good. Yeah, let's continue the construction of these. Yeah, because I made a picture just to give there something additional. But the other pictures are not, because they are not in the game. Somebody made a comment which was removed. On YouTube. Okay. It is not complete now. We need to place it a bit further away to avoid yellow dots. It's too far. We still have some time to place these fields. No yellow. Oh, that is close enough. Great. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. And let's remove that, and then we can build this piece of road. Yeah. The only efficient way how to fill that slaughterhouse is using train cargo station connected to it and to livestock hauls range. I cannot afford more. Ignatol is still loading. And it takes them. Why? What are you doing? Why you are not loading? What's your problem? Yeah, because you are unloading instead of loading. That's the problem. So now it seems to be a bit better with this. We don't have that many notifications as it was optimized too, because there was way too many. It was constant spam. You will unload and you will bring that we need. So maybe now we will be able to identify problems. Yeah, and I don't want auto search, of course, because I want those fields to be connected in an order. If you want to unload tons of livestock, you can use the cargo station and connect it to haul's range and to the slaughterhouse, and then you can unload several trucks at once. It will not do as fast as trains do, but that is working quite well in that regard. Yeah, how slow is that helicopter if you can compare it to the sped up version? Do I have enough bricks? That will be close. And we spent another 100 tons of fuel on those helicopters. Yeah, it's just... You know, the slaughterhouse is so effective, you need... how much? 50? You need 50 livestock farms to make it operate at 100%, so just imagine how much do you need then. Which one? How can you have electricity problem? You are right next. Or maybe not. Aha. 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 I just found a blind spot. Great. That's us in a blind spot. That is not the best place to place a wind turbine right next to a heliport. But here is a good spot. Because now we don't need any connection. We can... Yeah! For slaughterhouses only 12 farms. You can be finding one slaughterhouse and double, triple the farms. But really that's a kind of challenge. The whole meat distribution is a challenge in the game. Because you don't have such big storages in shops. So you need to find a way how to do it more effectively. I don't have... Oh, we have power. How is this? No, we are taking power from that. That's the thing. So don't need this. But that means it is not operating at full sufficiency. Aha. Because I misplaced this building a bit. Probably we will need to place the big one here if we can fit that. And we are able to. Just because we need power and I messed that up. We need to spend even more fuel on that. So soon the winter will be over. Winter is over. Yeah, cable cars can be used in many areas. Not many people uses them because they don't understand how useful they can be. We need more wood. There will be a thick forest here. Because we need a lot of wood. Don't need to export that many boards. We are trying to export prefabs. Don't we have worker? We have. So stop production. And from time to time it may happen. So let's go this way then. 1, 2, 3. Seven, 8. To avoid them being idle. Are we really full? No. We still have some space available. and speed things up. You are going for cement. And Ignatol is right there. That means if we load steel, how much will that still cost us? Oh, it's alphabetical. Yeah, here it is. 500 per ton. 600 per ton, and we will load about 300. But we have 150,000, so we may be fine. And now we can afford that one. Where are you? We need this one harvester. Cannot get modern technology, but at least that one will be useful. And now it seems like we are buying the steel. Now bricks first. We may worry when we start loading the steel, because that will be the expensive part. We made only 66,000. Why? I know we are in trouble. Because we are not able to pay the loan and it will cost us. Yeah, immediately. We are overdone. 2.2. Oh, but that's not true. Let's take a service loan then. And let's pay off this. And our ship is returning now. What we really need now is let's use something different. And we need to distribute fuel there too. And then we need more fields. Yeah, now we can build this piece of road. And now we may add those. So this should be added. Then let's go with unfortunately that road is not finished yet. Yeah, and now we need to build these two and these two. So how much? Yeah, we are much better now. Some goods missing. How is it possible? We are missing food. Because now it is that food arrived. Okay, that was just last minute. No last minute, we don't have food. Okay, immediately. Need that. Where is it? We need immediate immediately to depart because we don't have food. And we will not have food for a while. Only if we use some special operation. And let's don't have enough money to do that. Need to borrow some money, and we need one cargo helicopter. Immediate rescue mission. We are without food. Yeah, and you may not food there. Send a helicopter for rescue mission. It can help save us and get us some extra food in advance. Yeah, that mini map is this. Is how the map looks. We just started. That's the Soviet island, or that's the name of the map. Not able to unload until it is refueled. Come on, guys. Let's do your job. We need to unload that helicopter ASAP. Because our people are hungry. And after that, you will go and park there. And rescue mission done. We got some food. Just really underestimated the need. Of course, you saw that 40 megawatt line so many times. And I showed it to you in one of the other plays, because this is how it looks. Compared to the 50 megawatt, it looks that way. So it's a bit different. This field here, and we can add the farm the last one. So that is added, and we may add that one too, and these mediums then go there. And we will use these. I cannot use that now. Yeah, I cannot show you because I don't have that and I'm not going to build it. I don't have the reason to build that power line currently. And probably 50 megawatt is too much for this. Oh, can we build that finally? 79 days. And will it be connected finally? A small helicopter is much better to use as emergency. So how much resources do we have? And how much do we need? Well, not too much steel needed there. Not too much steel needed there. But there we will need tons of steel. It's not that bad. We need to get those cable cars. So you are going where for cement? And you then bring us the food we really need. And next time we may need some alcohol, and we may need some clothes next time. So and we may even lower that. But how much alcohol is that? The 10% of 85? That's 16 tons. Yeah, now we need to wait until that silo is built and we can build that cargo station in between. And rename this. Okay. What do we need next? Yeah, we have that connected finally. Start the engine. Workers, tourists. They may be even passengers, but who would want to travel there? There is nothing. Do we need tourists? Wait, no. So we now need some cable cars. Heavy personal cabin. Four of them may do the job. Or even 6. And now people can get there. Now we just need tourists and it will be all great. What do we do? Yeah, again the food is the problem. Don't need passengers there then. And now we can start focusing on this too, the other hotel. And we need to send a ship for fuel too. And now we have some food. so you may go there now too to load some resources. Yeah, and I wanted to... I cannot because I need to build that farm first. And we should have the resources for that. Yeah, we have. No, definitely I don't want you to walk there by any means. Because we will be without power if you walk there. And no workers allowed here. No workers allowed here. So many clicks because there it doesn't work. But we really don't need workers in those. For some reason they can... yeah, it's a bit far. But just a little bit. Of course we don't have that many visitors that it would justify having more than 4 there. And where these are just... no, it is already up. So what are those helicopters doing now? I would say they are not spending our fuel now, at least. It will not explode if you provide firefighters for it. Okay, but if it will go now... oh, we will definitely need bricks. But we don't need that much steel now. And if it comes, then it will go there. I will go there now, sorry. Now we have problem with this. We need to sell and rebuy that ship because it's bugged. Let's do that road and we can make this piece of road here. And then we don't need the wireframe. We will have the full factory soon. And we will need to work our bus line then. How many of them there are? Okay. So there are these 3 buses running that direction. And we need to get that is 482. So let's get 2 more of those. And let's set up another line from that through that through that through that through that and that, and copy that to you and you, and let's go. Other one, let's go. Oh, let's go. They will space out over time. So do we have tourists here? No. I'm not very interested. Here comes the fuel. The firefighters can prevent your nuclear power plant to burn down, because if it burns, it releases radiation, and if you have firefighters right next to it, they can extinguish the fire almost immediately and no radiation is released into the area. And that is the basic idea behind that. So you will unload up to 90%. And now let's set up these fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what kind of vehicles do we have which can be used for our purposes? Oh, we have one cistern trailer now. Just different colors. Not too many of them, but at least some. And that is now working. Now we need to get the rest. Here too. You, and you. Why the tourist does not want to go there? Why nobody wants to go there? Really? Go there, we need to empty that. I need to empty these. to unload at Ignato just causes issues. And now we cannot park in the middle either. Yeah, and now, how much is your 13 tons? That means we can add loader. An excavator. And the tower crane. And we cannot check no auto search, of course. That's a no-go. We don't need any bricks there, but we need bricks there. So build that, please. And how are we doing with our education? Oh, we are fine. Now we are fine. So we may get the chemistry and we will dedicate 2 of them on that purpose. It will take forever, but who cares? I don't think we need to. We have plenty of unemployed workers, that means we may finally get this. And we are running low with... Why? Why we are making less money on tourism now? How much debt are we paying? 69,000. We are getting more dollars, but cannot even go for more tourists because we don't have capacity now. I get the rating at 3. That's at 2. That's all time low. And no one likes that. Oh, there is one visitor. And now we have the food factory, and we really don't need that many workers there. By any means, 20 of them is absolutely enough. And somehow we are holding. We need to spend some of those bricks. I would say we don't need heating now. So if we want to get one loop and a hopper, then I close container express. I'll go. Oh. Yeah, of course you're not able to load because we need to sell that Ignato. And we will need an Ignato. Let's set up the schedule now then. Set a new stop. We'll wait till unloaded. You over there. No. Unload and load and load. For example, bricks 10%. We can go always with 20. And load steel will be that will be required too. And let's go with 10%. And now unloading. And then we set a new stop. And you will unload everything, and then you will load this and this. So you go to that. And we need to unload those bricks now. And the harvest has started. So we may start distributing some crop there. As expected. Great. Just straightforward. Great. So we are without power now here. But we will solve that in a moment. So how much do you require? Not that much. Okay, we can go then. With power line here. Okay, build that. And do we need more? 1, 2. No, we definitely don't need more than that. Okay, we at least now have that solved. How much oil do we have? 1000 tons. How much do we need to unload of that ignatol? There's plenty of bricks needed. So we should be able to unload it finally and sell. Oh, we have this. Not built yet. But soon we will have that too. And we are filling these flats here. We still have some room. But not much more. I know it is without power supply. We are working on that power supply. And we can sell you finally. Yes, I want to sell you. Now, will it help? And now they may compete who will be the first. And now it is working again, as we got rid of that Ignato. And now we may have... that's exactly 5 tons. We will use these. So we will set these as a source for food. This will be, and that is not done yet. Yeah, so food. Of which goods? Tell me. Like food, why? How is that possible? Aha. Okay, we need to set this resource, this. Unload. Up to 90% there too. Let's end. Now we have some crops, we can produce some food that will give us more profitability and Ah. So we add this as target 2. And they still don't have the power, so that is... we cannot make any food. But definitely we are working on that. And here we will need some... that's 2.5, that's 4 points. Let's get these. Let's remove all. Let's add that as a source for this. And then we need to set this, and this. Yeah, I want more. And now we are making the food. Okay, small shopping center. Let's work that way until we get that storage. And then we will be able probably... yeah, the police. I don't know any details about that. Really just... it was just mentioned as it will be part of the next update, but anything there is, you just can make the use of your imagination. What can be there if you have regional courts, prisons, KGB, foster homes. It's really low rating there. Of course it won't have much alcohol. Now you can make your use of meat. And so let's get another refrigerator. That one has capacity for 2 tons. And that one has capacity for 3. Oh, we have a fire somewhere. Oh. The fire engine did not make it faster than the helicopter. So how are we doing now? Last month 77. And now we have bricks. Yeah, so maybe we'll need another distribution office for exports, but first we need to get that storage there. Okay, so question is, why would I use a ship to transport tourists into our republic? Yeah, now we need to set up that line, but do I have enough covered hull? We need some good and reliable covered hull for this case. of these. So you have one task, and that is this. Load crops waiting loaded. Yes, of course, I am continuing with Romania. It's just tomorrow, the usual Saturday stream is Romania. I'm just playing this now a bit more, but that's a side project and we will continue with this, of course, too, because there are other options, but we will focus more on Romania when we get the update. This will remain a side project because there is a lot to do in Romania. So what I wanted, I wanted to set up that line to send this. So this has one task, and that is to load food and bring that there. So load food and then go around. Because tomorrow we have to build that airport in Romania. It's even not tomorrow, here we have already tomorrow. I mean Saturday. I want to do some optimizations with those rails which we are building. And build that airport and continue. And in few weeks when the update comes out, so we need to switch our version and continue with the never one, and all the towns will be built in new style then. And this was really more or less about the challenge of starting, but now we have the money. We just increase our income. So we will need some distribution offices. That is going for export, so slowly we can change. So now we will have farming, but we still don't have the pumping harbor. We may build that elsewhere. How are we doing with bitumen? It's no issue at all. And this can be then somewhere here. Now we have the tourism. We need probably more ambulances, so we can run more. Or we can't. No, we can't because we don't have the money. Aha, that's the issue. And we are paying extra. Yeah, that interest rate just ruins our day. So what are we missing here only to finish that? Yeah, here we switch to this, and that is electronics, this and this, and we remove the warehouse, and then yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I am tired, but it will be much more this weekend. Yeah. Thanks for encouragement. By the way, there are plenty of people who maybe can do better show than I can, but it's a great game and I enjoy playing it, and I stream when I play because I think it can help many people who play it, or even not, because it's nostalgia for some. So now we need to limit amounts of stuff here. That means no mechanic, no electronic, no that. And no clothes, of course. And what else do we have here? We don't need that. So we then lower this to bare minimum. And now we are as usual, you can check my website, which you see there. But I'm not very good enough keeping it updated because I have several other activities, a daily job, then I'm working with the developer of this game, and then day trading for indexes and forex and other stuff. I try to make a regular schedule. One thing is always regular, and that is stream every Saturday afternoon. That and then I try to have another stream every Wednesday, but it depends on how I have my work shift, because sometimes I have morning shift, sometimes afternoon shift, sometimes night shift, and I need to adjust that. They have kind of distance, but if you set them to work to find automatically construction sites, they will fly even next to the building. But the real reason behind this is to use them for construction sites which cannot be built by trucks. For example, here up the hill, I cannot approach that using trucks now, but I was able to build that by helicopters, and it is much more expensive. And here, for example, we have ambulances, and even then the helicopter went, because probably those ambulances are busy enough and are not able to circle all the sick people. Then the helicopter need to fly if there is no free ambulance. Available, and we really need to get rid of another one loan here. To lower our expenses, we are below 70. Yeah, the greatest advantage of those helicopters is that they can build everywhere, but they need enough room around the construction site to be able to land. But you can use them to build anywhere on the map if you wish. It will take them a while to build that, but they will go and build any structure which is available if you have the resources, of course. And also the meaning of helicopters at fire station is that then you can cover such buildings which you were never able before they came in. So that is a great update. Everybody will enjoy that. People were asking for some solution, not to have built fire stations everywhere, and now they have the solution. So now we need to set up exports too. Oh, that food is dropping so fast. Yes, we have so many workers here that they are not able to keep it up. So how are we now doing with our tourists? Still staying at 86,021. It will not be better. It will not be better anytime soon. Okay, so we now have food set up. We will get some. Go for. We have a road cargo, and we don't need a food factory anymore then. Yeah, so now we can unload there, but that's not what I really want. Because I want to set up exports too. I don't know about underground wires. I would guess they may come in future, but it is not very realistic because in that era, the Soviet era, wires were most of the time on pylons over ground, so let's concentrate now on getting that oil we really need. So let's see where it is. Oil. Right in front of me. Yeah, let's see. We have again plenty of notifications. So we can get plenty of them here. I just don't know if we have enough range. We should have the power. Yeah, you can still use those mods. They are not going away. But for pipelines it's much better now to use the in-game stuff. Power cables, I don't know. It's there is a possibility, but I don't think that's a priority anytime soon. But getting the underground mode now opens a lot of options for future. Oh, we will have chemicals soon. They are doing that faster than I expected. Yeah. And also those ships and ports. Just not that many helicopters, but I guess they nailed it. I would say with that rain and fog, that was an surprise for me when I played with the developer version. I did not see that coming. And I would say people did not expected that. Okay, so now we have still. We need to use some bricks. How are we doing with this? Cannot risk more. So what are we missing here? Alcohol is available. No gas there, of course. Something for sports would be nice to have. That should serve us well. And now, are there going tourists up there? Not too many. Can definitely lower the amount of workers required in that building. Just don't have that many tourists. Yeah. Yeah, and how much it will change oil fields. I want to test that, but I guess not in this stream. Now I need to unload that Ignato first. And in this case we still have a patch of bauxite here. $95. 94. We can go about 92. I would be okay with 92. And if we put that there, no free dozer. Are we too far? Yeah, we are. We need to find out how we climb up this. But this should be able to go in between without bigger issues. Construction office. We will use this one as usually. Because we need to get a dozer closer to be able to terraform, and here up the hill we have some coal too. And we have again winter, so how much coal does... Oh, bauxite processing doesn't require coal. Alumina plant requires coal and chemicals, that's no go for us. We can go for bauxite processing plant, probably. That doesn't require too many workers. So I would say we will go for that to get more exports. Let's see how much may that ship cost us. So the type of cargo we need: hopper ship, alumina ore carrier. Oh, 3 million. So that's a lot. It can transport a lot. We will need to stay with hopper ship. That is something we can afford. We were not able to collect all the crops. There is some left. There are some leftovers, but it may be because our storages are full. We need to raise the output. Yeah, I would say that I mentioned that to the developer that can be something he may focus on next. In the next update, to some quality of life changes, because we have some already. But I can imagine having more. So we need one excavator and one bulldozer here. And now let's look at these bauxite mine. How will 47? And that's 30, 19. We can get about 37 here. So let's check how much can we get out of this. Even 50 is possible. Mm, 43, 44. That's the best we can get. I guess that's the best we can get. And here we can go up to 51 even. 52 is possible. But we don't have gas station anywhere nearby on this side of town. Now we need to wait. Yeah, I check the alumina plant. There is no connection. Maybe I can write about that to the developer because he may forgot about that. And does that this has? Yeah, it has factory connections. And alumina plant does not. Don't tell me that there is no dozer, because I clearly see it is there. You can go as far as 54. 55. 55, still 55. So 55 first, 55 second. Where was that 55? I saw that, here it is. So that's our 55. Now let's check again. We can go 54, 55, 45. We can get 45 here. That's great. Then we need a big aggregate storage. And then we will need the bauxite processing. And now the question is if one is enough or we need two of them. Because one mine can produce 225 and that can produce. Oh, one should be enough for what we need. One should be enough for what we need, and then we need another storage for exports. So let's place that here. And last thing we need is the harbor. Not pumping aggregate, loading harbor. Now, how are we doing with this? Definitely we need to adjust the terrain here. To be able to get below that. There is still the question if we can. We can. That's not an issue. It's more an issue here. I don't need, because if they are next to each other, then the mine will push the ore into the storage, and then the processing plant will draw that. The only thing, you will have full storages in mines, but otherwise it doesn't matter, and you can save some electricity if you do it this way. So here the thing is, we need to get around here. Need to connect this. And we need to go below these here. And I don't use the modded engines on purpose, because we can do this even without them. Now here we will need to do some adjustments for the terrain. And now we need to fit below that somewhat. Not bad, that works. And here we need to connect to and one more road is needed here on that. Another one there. Here we make this road a bit longer. Like that. And then we need to adjust from this here and get to there. Can it? Maybe we can remove a piece here and make curvature a bit different. Like that way to do the job, or not? Not. Okay, so it does not do the job as I would like to. should be good. Yeah. Let's commission these. And that means we can get some exports. How are we doing with coal? Fine. Okay, let's have a look what is happening. So what is happening here? We don't really... I forgot to bring meat. Yeah, we are out of meat. Unfortunate. Where is the cargo helicopter? We cannot do that. No, this will not work. It can bring in meat, but we cannot unload that meat. If I don't avoid mods. I just want to play as much with regular buildings as I can. But I use mods. Quite a lot of them if you look into the list. So I have a lot of mods, but I don't use mods which are overpowered somewhat. I like many of them, but now as an initial setup, even this hotel is a mod. I guess then what is mod here? Yeah, this is also modded. Also construction offices, I use also modded construction offices, this barn, this storage. So I don't have any problem with mods, if they are not overpowered. Because if they are overpowered, I don't say you should not use them. I just don't use them because they change the way how you play the game, and then you don't understand the game itself as it is. Okay, so now we need to set up exports too. We have enough fuel. They really want to construct that at all costs. I don't want to construct this without roads. Don't hurry that much. Yeah, I would say that You can see clearly here that the developer made a game with helicopters before. So, how much food do we have? Not that much. Running a bit lower with electronics. But that's really the main issue I have. How can we do this then? We are using quite a lot of food. So now I want to establish exports sooner or later. Okay, so we need some vehicles which will do the job in this case. And we don't need many of them. Maybe we can use for now two. Let's add this there too. And from this, now we have still three. So we are not going to load food there anymore. Alcohol can be loaded. We don't need to unload anything there. And load only food. Where are you? Where is the, yeah, here it is. It is a duplicate, but still can work with that. And now we may switch to exporting. Yeah, maybe somebody may imagine That as a DLC would be nice, for example, because not everybody needs that. But you can. Maybe you cannot drive it, but if you set the follow camera. And okay, so you will load food. For now. We will remove that and unload. Are there finally people visiting this? Not too many of them. How much wood is there? 4,000 tons. How much this is? So now we may start exporting that too. Go there temporarily. And now we are getting and you will unload there. If it will be full, then we start exporting. And 6 of them can do, and oh, that's a lot of unemployed. That's a lot of unemployed workers there. We will need more cement moving. They're still quite happy despite not having meat. And of course, oh, I have an idea. Now as we have these underpasses, those offer us new options. Look, oh, that looks promising. Then we need that bus stop somewhere here, can be. Yeah, that is excellent. To have the ability to build these. It just makes things so much easier. That just makes things so much easier. Like, can it be even more simplified? So how are we doing with money last month? Oh, finally 120. Again. So now we have some food in our storages and we started exporting food. Don't think it will be too much. So our pollution seems kind of okay, not so bad. We should be able to live with that. There can be as much pollution as they want, and even as much pollution as they don't want. Let's call that way. And as we build those conveyor belts, that will cost us a lot of steel and mechanical components, of course. So we will need you. And you will bring 20% of that, and this will be replaced by mechanical components at least. Oh, they definitely can be 20% of them. Electronic components not required now, and electronics at least 20%. Okay, that to load, that to load, unload. And bring us some resources, please. And now the power line. How much do these require? Oh, not so expensive. I mean, they don't require that much, and that unloading, loading. Okay, let's see the wireframe, and we want to get somehow up there. And it is possible to get up there. And of course I can make the roads straighter than this. Just want to have it there before I draw another power cable. So I have one more left. I used a small portion of that there. 0.65. So we should be still able to go with the full build that way. Now we have a forest of power cables. There, and then here we can get away if we consider how much is the circuit breaker for aggregate loading. It's 66, that's 0.66. 0.66, and then we have 1.4, that's 0.8, And then we have this. That's 0.8, 0.9. So 1 megawatt. Estimated 1 megawatt. So we can go and use the 1.2 megawatt cable for this one. So we can go there. Make this more gradual and even more. That way it looks quite good in my opinion. Going that way, and we have one more power cable left if we need. Yeah. So how are we doing now with this? No issues there, so let's continue with the road. That road. Then that road. That road. That road. And probably we will need also to place gas station nearby. No, rain does not affect helis, but rain affects mud roads. It is similar like winter does not affect rains. There is not such a side effect now. And they are not so fast, because the game is now sped up if you slow it down, so helis are not super fast, but they are faster than ships and faster than vehicles in general. Here comes the meat. Yeah, I want to check. Covered. I think they are not available for a good while. Those heavier trucks with smaller capacity, but they are great for distribution of food. Okay, 150, 800. No. We don't have that much. Let's see, how are we doing with loans? We are not able to repay anything anytime soon. So last year, lot of people intended, lot of people entered. Oh. Yeah, and that is another whole new level. How you bring these numbers to 5 stars? Really? How can you create a 5-star? Cheers. How can you get the 5-star tourism rating? That I just cannot imagine that is even more, I would say it can be more difficult than Cosmonaut Challenge or something like that. Yeah, these power lines here, wow. Yeah, that requires a bit more smoothing. I don't like it. Yeah, of course it's not ideal at all, but at least we got ourselves up the hill. Now we can build this piece of road and continue with that road even further, at least there. And then we might build this here too. And we are probably running out of space. Yes, we are. I'm just not able to keep up with those numbers. And we have 240 unemployed. And we cannot even employ them now here. We need to use them somewhere, but where can we? That's the problem, we cannot export that many prefabs at once. We don't have that production of that good distribution of cement set. Like, we may employ more of them here. But what else? Oh, I really need to end this because I am up from 4 AM and it is almost 2 AM. That means 22 hours. I need to have a rest. Now this year we exported food worth of 17. Last year we exported, we exported for 100,000. And that is 69. And we will need to find space for that building here. How far can we get? We haven't covered that. Because I expect that this will not work as other mines do. We will test that, but I expect it not working. So oh, I'm basic industry ready. And we have enough crops for this for now. We will get to that coal, that will help us, because then we can get bricks too from that, and heating. And this is purely for exports for now. I don't know how much we can make out of that. This container liner doesn't help anything. Cargo line. Cargo goes cargo hopper or carrier. If we could afford that. That can transport 1100. Oh, it's less than 8 times. No, I just considering what will be the next plans, to have some idea when I will play this, because we can continue with this playthrough on this branch maybe on Sunday. I will see. We made some good progress. We saw some good action. We built the hotel. Now we are doing great with tourists. Even though they don't like the side tower that much. And this helicopter has so much jobs. Yeah, that's working. Oh, the main difference between this and the Hermania is, in Hermania we have some great long-term goals. Now let's save this as. No, this was almost 4 hours long stream. Okay. So thank you all for watching, and see you again tomorrow or today afternoon towards evening with the regular Hermania stream. Bye.